Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun little game with a train. And my train looks remarkably different from how it looked in the last episode. And equally, I should be coming towards Rome, which apparently I am, to, I can't remember the guy's name, visit Julian or Justin as part of one of the quests, to deliver something that he's going to send me somewhere else. So, whilst I'm heading towards Rome, I will show off my new train. It starts with the wonderful popsicle car at the front, followed by the bookworm car, which I picked up from the gumball machine in the last episode. I think both of those I picked up in the last episode. Now with a strange brew car, then a windmill type car, Paris windmill car. The thing I like about the Paris windmill car is the windmill stops turning when the car isn't open for business, and it starts turning again once it's open for business. Then there's the wonderful pineapple beverage car, which is big and yellow, followed by some kind of Canadian car, Canada Day car, and a werewolf forest car. None of these cars were on my train in the last episode. Also a Royal Delight car and a Beach Watch car, followed by a wonderful Forest Ruins car and the Haunted House car. And behind that I have the TriStar Cruiser car. Then the wonderful yellow passenger car, which is the only one of the cars I've got on my train that's trying to upgrade that doesn't require 25,000 experience points. Ah, here we go. Nika, we have the dagger for you, Julian. Are you ready to trade? Julian, Nika, you're straight to business. I like that about you. Here's all the information you need. The Book of Scientia is in a private collection in the north. Nika, what do you think, Monica? Monica, simple job. Private collectors have the easiest alarm systems. Oh, good to know. Nika, Julian, do you have any information on the other book? Julian, I'm still working on that information. These books are hard to find because no one has seen any value in them, and no value means they stay hidden away. Nika, wait a minute, you said no one is looking for these books. Correct, no one. Nika, that's odd. Let's press forward no matter what. We need Justin to crack these codes so we know the power these books hold. It's all about teleportation devices, apparently. Okay, so where's it want to send me next? Moscow, which is a bit of a trek. So what I'm going to do is I'll start heading towards Moscow. And the next time you see this train, very, very shortly in this episode, hopefully, assuming I get this right, I will be coming into Moscow. However, I'm just going to cover the last of the few cars on my train. There's the hopper car, which is a cargo car, the spare parts car, and the flamingo floaty car. The flamingo floaty, the popsicle, and the pineapple drink car are three cars that came with the summer cars update, which came out a week or two ago. I haven't had a chance to play this game much since the update came out, purely because I've been busy with life and work. But I want to see if I can get through the end of chapter 2 of the story, or the quest, for whatever part of the world story I'm doing. Hang on a second. The Middle East chapter. I want to see if I can end the Middle East chapter 2 during this episode, which is why you'll suddenly see me jump from one location to another. Okay, so that's all the cars on my train explained or shown. Equally, I did at some point go through all of the cars I've got, and apart from literally, and I'll scan back here, I do like the werewolf car at night, it's quite cute. These two modern outhouses, which are on my train because they give plenty of facilities to my passengers, I have no duplicates of any cars whatsoever. I went through the whole list of my cars and removed any duplicates. So apart from the fact there's all these cars on my train which have about 12,500 experience, that I'm currently trying to upgrade. There are very few cars left to upgrade, apart from the ones on the train, possibly 3 or 4 that are in my inventory. And beyond that, I have 22 million again in the bank, so I can go out and try and get some of the missing cars from my trainery, which I'm currently, 24 short from the current full amount. But I won't be doing that this episode, maybe in the next one, as we go through Valletta, which is in Malta, I believe. So that's basically where I am. A whole new set of cars, from popsicle cars to werewolf cars to haunted house cars, all sorts of wonderful different cars. And I'm now on my way to Moscow to try and pick up some weird and wonderful book. Then I'm sure I'll be headed back to Rome again. But we'll see how that goes when it happens. Okay, with luck and a bit of jiggery pokery, hopefully you'll see me coming to Moscow in a minute. And as promised, here we go on our way into Moscow. Admittedly, night is coming down, but we should arrive in Moscow shortly, at which point I assume that Monica will steal this wonderful book that I want, and then I'll get sent back to Rome to talk to Julian. I think it's Julian or Justin, Julian I think, who will then tell me where the other book is, and I'll get sent over to that destination, and I'll steal that book, then go back to Julian or Justin, get the books translated, and find out where I'm going next. Here we go. Monica, I got the book. Let's get the heck out of here before the guards wake up. I'll contact Justin and tell him we're on our way with the next book. Okay, that was easy. Okay. I have it set to auto depart, so I didn't realise which way I was going to be going, considering I want to go to, I think it's Rome. Oh, probably is Rome, but I haven't accepted the quest complete, so I don't know. Oh no, I've got to make a stop at Islamabad. Islamabad? Well, that is at least different. That's not too far away. We'll aim for sort of there, Haraf. And then I'll make my way in. But that was the short and sweet. It always surprises me when the fireworks go off in this Canada Day car when you collect the money from it. Don't know why. Just a loud cracking noise. Well, kind of gentle cracking noise, really. Right, so that will now on chapter 2-7. On my way to Islamabad. And we'll see what happens when I get there. Which, hopefully, again, if all goes right, you will just see me pulling into Islamabad once I get past that out of Olyol Oblast, and I'm probably pronouncing that absolutely horribly. But yes, pretty much absolutely nothing changed in my train between Rome and Moscow. A little more experience earned, a little more cash, but... And that should be the same coming to Islamabad, which should be happening in a minute. And here we are, almost into Islamabad. 100 odd miles to go. Literally, I just made my way straight down here from Moscow via the shortest possible path. As you can see, if I look at any of these carriages, I've still got under 13,000 experience. So experience to actually upgrade these carriages, in about another 12,000 or so, is slow going. It's going to take me a while before these 16 carriages that are on my train, or cars that are on my train, depending if you're European or American, before they upgrade. Ah, here we go. Justin. Wonderful, the Book of Scientia. Look at how fragile this book is. I'll get to work on these codes right away. Nika. I have some business I need to tend to in Dubai while we wait. Do you mind, Valerie? Valerie. No problem, Nika. We're ready to depart whenever you are. Okay, looks like I'm going to Dubai next. Yep. Dubai it is. How far away is that on the map? Not that far. Might take me a few minutes to get there, but all things considered, it's not like it's sending me halfway around the world, which is kind of a nice change. And this is going to be chapter 2-8. Although thinking about it, I'm not going to do anything on the way to Dubai. It's not like I'm stopping looking for cargo or going to be upgrading cars or anything like that. I do like the flamingo car, especially the way its neck moves. It's quite amusing. What's that one? Oh, the Beach Watch car. I didn't remember that car being there, but obviously has been there for a while. Oh, in and out of Kabul. In fact, thinking about it, it's about time I changed the engine on this train. Let's go with that one, the Japanese luxury engine. Just for the sheer heck of it. I don't know if it'll make me go any faster or not. Guess not. But I just felt it's about time I changed the engine. The other one was kind of nice and sleek looking, was pretty boring. This one at least has a light on it. Yep. Well, as I say, there's not much I'm going to do between here and Dubai, so yeah, I think next time you'll see this train, it will be coming into Dubai. And here we come into good old Dubai, where Nika wants to go shopping. Nika, thanks for the lift, Valerie. Justin has contacted me. He is ready to show us what insights he has gathered from the Book of Scientia. Let's go. Well, that does not make me happy. I got dragged to Dubai just to go back to Islamabad. Bar humbug. Seemed a bit pointless, that side trip. But that does get me to chapter 2-9. I'm thinking I probably won't complete the Middle East chapter 2 during this episode, as I think I will go into Islamabad and that's probably why I'm going to end the episode after I've next been to Islamabad, depending what it tells me. But not exactly. Well, this whole Middle East chapter actually has been a bit iffy. It sent me at one point from Islamabad to Islamabad. It's taken me from Islamabad to Dubai and then straight back again. It's taken me from Rome to South America, then straight back again, then from Rome to Russia. I seem to Rome and Islamabad, where Julian and Justin have based themselves, seem to be the two anchor points that just keep sending me out and back again to those two places. Which, fair enough, that's where Julian and Justin are based, but it's not exactly the most thrilling thing to be sent halfway around the world then have to go back to exactly where you just come from. I wouldn't have minded if they'd sent me somewhere different each time, or if they'd sent me somewhere close by each time. Kind of like when I did the Caribbean or Latin America. You know, I wouldn't have minded if they'd sent me around the Middle East, the upper and lower part of the Middle East, to various places in it, just like it's currently sending me back from Dubai to Islamabad. Oh, wrong button. While I'm here, I'll sell whatever I've got on my train. It's just sending me to Rome, Russia and South America as well. I don't enjoy it so much when it does that to you. If it's going to have the Middle East chapter, or the Far East chapter, the Far East chapter, the one that covered China and Japan, Europe, or so this part of Africa, that part of Africa, whichever of those areas it is running the chapter in, I wish the story would actually keep you in those parts of the world, so you get used to the locations and which station is which next to which. But apparently it doesn't work that way. This game has its own way of doing things, and whilst I may not always agree with it, it's still rather relaxing to sit here and watch that bookworm turn the pages of the book. He never seems to get from one end of the book to the other, however, but it's still kind of nice. Okay, I'm having microphone button problems. Yes. A strange brew. Oh, looks like I need to clean and maintain my train. I like the little ice cube floating in the pineapple drink. I think Tiny Titan Studios did a really good job with some of these cars. Yes, some of them aren't particularly exciting, but there's a lot of them that are colourful, have nice little bits of detail on them. And let's face it, the wonderful Forest Ruins car is not exactly that exciting to look at, but the Haunted House is rather well done. Now it's the spare parts car, so that changes colours when it upgrades. The Flamingo is very pretty. I do think they did a good job in a lot of the stuff that they did with them. The cars, especially the cars I tend to use at the front, they tend to be some of the more colourful ones anyway, but they are the ones that generate a little bit of cash as you go along. So they tend to be the prettier cars in my estimation, or maybe I'm just used to looking at them, so I'm just biased that way. Let's see what else is going on. I wasn't planning on taking the trip back from Dubai to Islamabad, but once I started I figured what the heck. Let's see. I've got to write a really exciting document at work tomorrow, as well as fix someone's security problems, as the person who used to look after a system has left, retired, or been kicked out. Someone else has now taken over after that person has long departed, and has no idea how they can log on and how to get their username and password attached to the system. So I've got to work my way around a security system. The things we do for fun and money, whilst wearing my mask and gloves, as we're living in a global pandemic. At least I hope I'm living through it. Yes, I do have to go to the office tomorrow, and the weather in my part of the world is going to be somewhere in the 90 degrees Fahrenheit with horrible humidity. And as I tend to walk to work, It doesn't make for the most comfortable walk, there or back. But it's nice exercise, if nothing else. And if you can't lose a few pounds whilst walking to work in 90-degree heat with humidity, you never will be able to lose a few pounds, because you sweat. Yeah, exciting news that. Really hot and humid. Yes, walking in it makes you sweat. I didn't know I was such a great scientist to have discovered that one. Let me think, what else is going on? Not a lot really, because you really can't go anywhere or do much. And being a relatively naturally cautious person, I will probably going less places and doing less than most people, because I'm not one of these idiots that, oh, the bars are open, let me run into a place where all the other drunken idiots are going to congregate and see if I can catch COVID-19. Yes, there are so many idiots out there in the world. But you can't really stop the... I've never seen the film Idiocracy, but people keep telling me about it. Now, it does a nice comedic take on people getting stupider and stupider as time goes by. And they may have meant it as humour, but apparently the more you see it, the more you see the fate of the human race. I've seen a couple of clips from it, and it's... how can I put this nicely? It's relatively stupid humour, and I can only take relatively stupid humour in small doses, so I'll probably never see the film Idiocracy. But it does seem to apply to the current pandemic and the way people in not just America, but in various parts of the world have reacted. What else is there that's going on? Oh, I actually got to see the film Solo, as well as they're having a marathon of Star Wars films, and a couple that I'd either partially seen or never seen that I have now seen. And almost at Islamabad. There's still a couple of Star Wars films that I haven't seen, but the Premier League season is over. Liverpool were crowned champions. Well, they were going to be champions months ago. But Chelsea and Man United managed to get into the Champions League places. And Watford, Bournemouth and Norwich were all relegated. The Formula 1 season is going on with 2 British Grand Prix, one in the upcoming weekend and one in the weekend that follows it. And if you haven't seen, what's his name, Lando Norris on a load of YouTube channels doing Formula 1 F1 2020, I think is the game, with various people. But Lando Norris is actually very, very funny. If you in fact just look at Lando Norris on YouTube for some of his funny clips, like the one where he and his Carlos Sainz, his fellow Renault driver, I think they drive for Renault, carrying a bowl of milk around as they try and navigate a circuit, see how much milk is left, it just goes flying all over them. Silly stuff like that. It's quite amusing, Lando Norris. It's rare for me to actually like many Formula 1 drivers because they're normally so bland, but Lando Norris apparently is one of the exceptions. Now, I cannot stand Lewis Hamilton because he whines. Now, Lewis Hamilton could be winning a race and he'll be whining at his team about something. And if something goes wrong, Lewis Hamilton will whine about it. If something goes right, he's very complimentary about his team. It's just the whining when he's winning is annoying. Whereas Valtteri Bottas, I don't care about. Sebastian Vettel is amusing. Daniel Ricciardo is amusing. But Lando Norris, as one of the young drivers coming through, is funny. And I appreciate people in that position who have a good sense of humour. I appreciate anybody who's got a good sense of humour, to be honest. But I was just kind of surprised that Lando Norris had such a good sense of humour. And here we come, back into Islamabad once more. after having emptied my mind of random thoughts for the day. Justin, these books are truly fascinating. There is so much information in here, not just about teleportation, but life, death, the cosmos. Amazing. Nika, so everything checks out so far? Monica, yes, the formula continues on. It's quite impressive. Nika, do you think it works? Justin, honestly? Yes. Nika, we need to find the other book. Maybe Julian has more information now. Monica, I already contacted him. He'll meet us in Riyadh. Okay. Thought I was going to be sent back to Rome then. But apparently my next stop is going to be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We'll just depart wherever we're going to next down the road. Riyadh is this general direction, not too far away from where I just came from. However, that's going to be for another episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed. And hopefully I'll see you down the track for more tiny rails. Once I've cleared this big rock out of the way. In the near future. Cheerio!